Welcome back and good morning again, everybody, from St. James Academy in Lenexa. The St. James Volleyball Slam presented by Hy-Vee. I'm Leon Liebel, the new broadcast partner. I'm now joined by Jill Dorsey Hall, former KU volleyball great Jill Dorsey Hall, and it's good to be with you again as we were last year as we're getting ready for our third match of this long day of volleyball. It's Northwest by Northwest. Shawnee Mission Northwest against Blue Valley Northwest, and again, a contrast perhaps in experience between these two teams.
Shawnee Mission Northwest boasts 3 players that have started all 4 years of their career, which is impressive. So they have a lot of veterans looking to try to go back to state for a 4th year in a row. On the other side, some defensive prowess spearheaded by their senior, Elena Pearson. She's sensational. They're going to be a gritty team under their head coach, Molly Haggerty. They're going to be aggressive, and this is going to be a good one.
Blue Valley Northwest Huskies, Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars. We'll have the opening serve coming your way right after this. Again, you're watching the St. James Volleyball Slam presented by Hy-Vee. And welcome back to St. James Academy, the St. James Volleyball Slam. Once again, I'm Leon Liebel, along with Jill Dorsey Hall, as we bring you the third match of this long day of volleyball. 16 teams, 8 matches, and we got 2 in the books. First match early this morning, it was Blue Valley winning in straight sets over Olathe East. And then on our second match, really competitive and good one, Blue Valley North, the defending 6A state champions, outlasted Free State in 3 sets. And now coming up again, it's Blue Valley Northwest, Shawnee Mission Northwest. And check out the starters for both teams here. Is for the Northwest Cougars, Shawnee Mission Northwest. You got Kate Reese, she's a libero. Liv Martin, Tori Creason, Vix Villat, Allie Lawrence, Julie Anisimova, and Eleanor Engel. Meanwhile, for the Blue Valley Northwest Huskies, Morgan Sears, Marley Burbach, Remy Nuss, Lainey Douglas, Avery Allers, Elena Pearson, she's going to be the libero, and Akela Kador for the Blue Valley Northwest Huskies. And again, their head coach, Molly Haggerty, who also played at the University of Kansas. And I know she played with Coach Nancy Dorsey. And Jill, you played with her too.
Indeed, and she is an ultimate competitor. Feisty, she was a setter. And so her team is going to play with a ton of passion and energy. Always a joy to see Molly. We nicknamed Noodle. That goes way back, so good friend of mine as well.
And she's trying to get her team to play a little more aggressive. She's even got him talking to a psychiatrist or a sports psychologist.
To fail forward. She said, hey, we're going to manage the chaos, but we're going to work on being aggressive because we, in the past, we were a little bit timid, but working on being okay with failing forward. Positively talk to one another, but also to ourselves. I love how coaches are starting to implement the mental side of the game.
There is a lot of mental aspects to this game of volleyball I'm discovering. Susan Speck, she's the head coach of the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars. Again, the Cougars will be on the left side of your screen in the orange and black. And the Blue Valley Northwest Huskies on the right side of your screen. You know, in our previous game, we had Janelle Green, the daughter of former Kansas City Chief quarterback Trent Green, playing for Blue Valley North. In this match for Blue Valley Northwest, we have Elena Pearson, her father, former Kansas City Chief defensive back J.C. Pearson. He's here today. Again, Trent Green, he was here watching his daughter as well. So good bloodlines here at the St. James Volleyball Slam. We're underway almost as the first serve for the third match of the day is underway. The Cougars serving to the Huskies. And just like that, Shawnee Mission Northwest on the board in the first set, 1-0.
A great pickup, though, by Pearson on the back row in service reception. They had exactly what they wanted, just hit wide on that attempt.
You know, both teams kind of trying to perhaps find themselves early in the season, even though the Cougars, as you mentioned, have so much experience with the 4-year starters as they take the early 2-0 lead.
And not a lot of programs can say they have even a 4-year varsity starter in their program, and they have 3. A lot of veterans and trying to get back to state for the 4th year in a row. Impressive feat for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
And that serve from Anisimova, Julia Anisimova, the freshman, a little too deep, and goes to Blue Valley Northwest. As Elena Pearson doing the serving for the Huskies.
Your favorite moments shouldn't be trapped here or here.
And we're going to have a look at that one again as Cougars got the point.
You can see just a press a bit late there. Engel with great speed on that slide attack. She's one of those 4-year starting in varsity, committed to Central Missouri.
We've talked about this morning. So impressive how many of these young ladies are going to play volleyball at the next level, and not just the next level, but a high level. A lot of them going into Division I. I mentioned this earlier today too, that volleyball produces more Division I athletes now than any sport in the state of Kansas, which is probably not surprising.
And more girls are playing volleyball, the sport of volleyball, and it is incredible the talent around this area. It keeps increasing year after year.
Lainey Douglas.
Lainey Douglas had been on varsity since freshman year, but out all season long last year, working through a knee injury. They're so excited to get her back.
Got that big brace on her left knee, and comes up with the finish there, 4-2. Shawnee Mission Northwest on top. Blue Valley Northwest now serving. After that point, Summer Anderson in there serving. And the Cougars. Shawnee Mission Northwest coming up with the point, 5-2 here in the first set. Yeah, Molly Haggerty doesn't look like she would be the coach of a team that would be described as timid.
Definitely not. They're going to be aggressive for sure. Trying to go after high hands, but missing it. And the Cougars expanding their lead now even more.
And there's Susan Speck. Caught a brief glimpse over there as on the sideline for Shawnee Mission Northwest. And a violation here against Blue Valley Northwest. And it's going to be another point, 7-2.
You're going to see some of that. First match out for most of these teams.
Susan Speck keeps trying to hide from us. There she is, the head coach. As her team is up.
7th season, the head coach. Taking the team to state 5 times. She played at Benedictine as a setter.
It was 7-2, I believe. Or is it 6-2? Okay, that was not a point. It is 6-2. 6-2, Shawnee Mission Northwest on top. Lainey Douglas trying to get it over, and she does. She just tapped that one over the net. Somehow got it to go.
Using that 6'3" height. The set was a bit tight, but she handled it well, utilizing the hands of the block. Swipes it right off of him.
That makes it 6-3. Again, the Cougars of Shawnee Mission Northwest. Top here of Blue Valley Northwest, and the serve into the net. You know, in our first 2 matches with Nancy on the broadcast, we had a couple points where the serve hit the top of the net. She does not like that. What do you think of that rule?
That is still alive and in?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they made that adjustment a couple years back.
2003, we found out.
I don't mind it. I think that it goes to be the aggressor, right, when you're trying to serve low to the top of the plane of the net.
7-4 after that point from Molly Haggerty's team. And Blue Valley Northwest with Lainey Douglas doing the serve. Oh, nice block. And the point for Blue Valley Northwest. That was Gabby Troutner in there, the senior, in the middle. Lainey Douglas, good look at her. Douglas with a strong serve. Cougars coming back with a strong finish.
It's Liv Martin in the middle. A junior in that middle blocker position, an extreme angle, wonderful cutback.
8-5 now. Shawnee Mission Northwest led this entire first set. The biggest lead has been 3 points, and a strong serve right there puts them up with their biggest lead, 9-5, as we'll see the replay there. On the serve, that's Hallie Laurent.
Back-to-back aces.
Wow. Cougars on fire right now as they stretch that advantage to 10-5.
She's finding some seams and has the top spin of that ball, so it falls off the table with that spin. That one a little bit more of a floater.
Little tap over there for the Huskies. And the backward shot. Cougars trying to set something up here, and they get it. I'm not sure how that one fell in. Liv Martin got it in, number 3 for Shawnee Mission Northwest. See that again. It's amazing what a strong server can do for your team. They can really get them on a run, and that's happening right now for the Cougars.
A free ball to work with because of that strong serve.
Nice shot. Tori Creason. Tori Creason, and 12-5, and Molly Haggerty wants a timeout as Shawnee Mission Northwest has taken the lead. We're back with more right after this.
AG1 is so much more than a greens powder. In one single scoop, it delivers daily multivitamins, pre- and probiotics, stress adaptogens, and yes, greens. It's AG1. Get yours today.
Hurry and take an extra 20% off during Kohl's Friends and Family Sale. Find
How about those Shawnee Mission Northwest fans? They're having a good time across the way, and all these schools really well represented by a strong student body on a Saturday morning in August to watch.
It might be in
volleyball.
bed, right? Most high schoolers might still be sleeping at this point.
Shawnee Mission Northwest up 12-5. There's the Blue Valley Northwest Huskies. Their team down, and Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars. You know, this is the first time they played in the Slam, and extremely excited about it. Susan Speck said in her 7th year, and they have come out looking very excited now. Up 13-5 of a strong serving performance from Hallie Laurent. Oh, man.
Very strong service run right now for the Cougars, setting up everything that they want. They're able to utilize their middle as well, but right now they're winning the battle of serve and pass.
And Susan Speck, as I mentioned, 7th year as the head coach, and she's taken the Cougars to the state tournament 5 times. Shawnee Mission Northwest in the orange trying to continue this hot streak as they lead 14-5 in the first set. A good rally here as both teams fighting back and forth. And that's going to be a point for the Cougars.
And Cougars impressive, running their middles throughout, in control, looking in control in every aspect of the match so far.
Hallie Laurent, the sophomore, has been tremendous serving for Shawnee Mission Northwest. And yet another point for the Cougars as they're having a good time out there right now.
And Udison with that double block.
Liv Martin in there. And 16-6.
What a tremendous scoring run, though, for the Cougars.
Yeah, finally the Blue Valley Northwest Huskies will be able to serve as Remy Nussett back there. Nussett Jr. Seems like it's been a long time since Blue Valley Northwest has served, and right into the net it goes. So right back to Shawnee Mission Northwest. 17-6. Liv Martin now will serve. There's that serve that hits the top of the net that Nancy Dorsey hates. But it counts. 18-6. Jill, didn't we expect a little more competitive match than we're seeing right now? But the Cougars are just playing so well.
That's a serve and pass game right now for the Cougars.
Great serve.
Not a veteran team. We knew they were going to come out firing, but impressive so far for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Well, we got another timeout on the floor with Shawnee Mission Northwest leading 19-6. You're watching the St. James Volleyball Slam presented by Hy-Vee. Well, both teams are named Northwest, Shawnee Mission Northwest, Blue Valley Northwest, but it's been all Shawnee Mission Northwest so far in this first set. 19-6, the Cougars leading the Huskies of Blue Valley Northwest. After such a fast start and doing a great job of serving the ball. As right now it's Liv Martin. She's had a couple strong serves. 19-6 again. And a big hit right there from Avery Allers. And the point goes to Blue Valley Northwest, and they'll be back to serve and see if they can get something going here.
Well, timely break in the action there. Called the timeout, settled the troops, got a good pass, and the ball out to the senior, who took care of that using hands.
Molly Burbach now serving for the Northwest. Shawnee Mission Northwest returning. Pearson with the save, and another error there from the Northwest Huskies, and that's going to be Cougars point, leading now 20-7. And earlier today it was Blue Valley winning in straight sets over Olathe East. Talk about a contrast in experience there. Olathe East with one senior. Blue Valley had 11 seniors on their roster. And then Free State and Blue Valley North in our second match. Blue Valley North outlasting Free State in a great match in 3 sets. And now though it's Shawnee Mission Northwest in control against Blue Valley Northwest, leading 21-7.
You can see these seniors and their connection. It was a beautiful ball from Tori Creason, the senior setter. Pushed that ball out to the outside, allowed time and space to get the ball off of the hands of the blocker.
Juliana Samova serving for Shawnee Mission Northwest, and that was a terrific shot there. Maybe a little momentum booster for Blue Valley Northwest.
And especially for the freshman. That's Morgan Sears on the outside.
Cuts the lead at 21-8. Elena Pearson. Again, their dad, J.C. Pearson, he told us he's had a daughter play in this event 7 straight years. And the Cougars coming right back. They always have an answer. They have not allowed Northwest to go on a run.
And the offense is so well balanced. They're getting everybody involved in front of the setter, behind the setter, multitude of players. So it's really difficult to stop and key on defensively when they have such good control of the ball, and then Creason just dishing the ball wherever she wants right now for the Cougars.
Tori Creason, who is now committed to, she will be serving Tori Creason. You know, there's no point given there, and the officials discussing this. Because I thought it was 21-8, wasn't it, before that?
Mm-hmm.
Molly Haggerty talking to the official here. The scores table behind us.
I just add the Chrome extension and it immediately gives me suggestions every time I make a grammar or spelling error, which makes my work more efficient and saves me a ton of time. Like here, when I'm drafting this email, I need to use the word unnecessary, and I don't know how to spell it. Does it have 2 C's or 1 C? Not sure, so I'll just guess and Grammarly will fix it for me. This is the free version of Grammarly that helps me with spelling.
Susan Specht. Yeah, she's staying put. I thought she was going to come over and find out what's going on here. I was going to say Tori Creason, who is about to serve for the Cougars. She is headed to play college volleyball at Truman State.
One of those 4-year starting varsity, led the state in assists last year.
Now they do have a point up. It is 22-8. So there was a point. I thought there was, and there was some confusion there at the scores table. So 22-8, Cougars of Shawnee Mission Northwest increasing their advantage. And we mentioned Elena Pearson and her father, J.C. Pearson, the former Kansas City Chief defensive back. He's here today. There he is. J.C. wearing the purple. Looking good. As he mentioned, he's had He's had other daughters play, and so he's had a daughter play at least one daughter play at least 7 straight years in the St. James Volleyball Slam. There's his daughter, Elena. Trent Green, he was here earlier today watching his daughter, Janelle Green, play for Blue Valley North.
Elena Pearson, incredible player. She already holds school records at Blue Valley Northwest, heading to Texas A&M next season.
That's right. And JC, he's got to like Blue Valley Northwest. He's a former University of Washington Husky. So.
Wearing that purple?
Yeah. now he's cheering for the Blue Valley Northwest Huskies. As that serve is a little too deep, and it's going to be 22-9. And Northwest, Blue Valley Northwest will get the serve back, but they have just not been able to put together back-to-back scores.
Working through some first match kinks, players back in the lineup, getting your feet settled, and sometimes you see that, especially in the serve and pass aspect, missed serves, just settling in. And even if you can't come back for Molly Haggerty and her team win this set, try to take some momentum and carry it into set number 2. It has been a dominant performance so far for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Summer Anderson, the server for Blue Valley Northwest of the Huskies. A rare back-to-back scores. Trying to keep a run going here, a little bit of a run, and yeah, they got it. 3 unanswered points now for Blue Valley Northwest.
I thought I saw a touch of the plane of the net. The Cougars were all pleading for one, not called. Point goes to the Huskies.
Taylor Standifer with the shot attempt there for Shawnee Mission Northwest. Trying to set something up here, and ooh, right in front of us. We're nearly crashing our table. Elena Pearson, but they got the save, and now they got the point. So Blue Valley Northwest finally on a bit of a run. Summer Anderson continuing to serve for the Huskies.
Summer Anderson, a nice transfer from Blue Valley West, the DS that's on a roll right now, serving on the back row. Molly Haggerty calls her a little firecracker with some awesome energy.
Shawnee Mission Northwest player there, that is Vix Villat, getting her shoe tied. That's why we had a little delay here in the action. Now we're back. And Anderson with the serve. Eleanor Engel with a little tap over for the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars. Again, it's Engel, but the block and the score. And how about Blue Valley Northwest?
Well, Gabby Troutner in the middle, you can see hanging in the air. One of the emotional leaders and glue of the team.
22-13. Still a big lead for Shawnee Mission Northwest, but Blue Valley Northwest. 7 and that's 8 unanswered. 22-14, and now it's Shawnee Mission Northwest that wants to call a timeout and talk it over. So a timeout on the floor at the St. James Volleyball Slam presented by Hy-Vee. We're back with more after this. Well, the Blue Valley Northwest fans have something to cheer about as their team is on a bit of a run here. 9 unanswered points. They were down big early against Shawnee Mission Northwest, but now it's 22-14. And Summer Anderson, she has served this entire run for the Huskies, and another strong serves. Cougars able to save it. Now into the court side for Northwest, Blue Valley Northwest, and they score again. And now you're starting to feel a little more of this momentum shift because they are fired up. 22-15.
Everything they wanted. They had a free ball. Went to Lainey Douglas, the 6'3" outside with some heat.
Body language from the Northwest, Shawnee Mission Northwest girls now is a little like, what's going on? But finally they stopped the bleeding a little bit here on the serve into the net. So it's 23-15.
So both teams now have settled into this match. Both teams had the run earlier for Shawnee Mission Northwest, and then as of recent from Blue Valley Northwest, and coming back with a strong serve.
That serve is from Kate Reese, the libero. There she is, number 2. She's a junior, and this is set point for Shawnee Mission Northwest. They lead 24-15. And the finish, Liv Martin finishes off the first set. So a bit of a run by Blue Valley Northwest, but Shawnee Mission Northwest with that big lead, able to hold off the Huskies and win the first set 25-15. The second set coming your way right after this. You're watching the St. James Volleyball Slam presented by Hy-Vee.
Your favorite moments shouldn't be trapped here or here.
And back at St. James Academy, the St. James Volleyball Slam, the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars have just defeated Blue Valley Northwest in the first set 25-15. Northwest got out to a big lead. And again, 16 teams, 8 matches here, a full day of volleyball on this 13th annual St. James Slam. We had Olathe East and Blue Valley. Blue Valley defeating Olathe East in straight sets. Blue Valley North defeated Free State in 3 sets, and now, of course, we see we've got Blue Valley Northwest and Shawnee Mission Northwest. Blue Valley West, Lee Summit West, Liberty, Olathe Northwest, St. Teresa's Academy and Bishop Miege, and Washburn Rural, St. Thomas Aquinas, and in the final match of the day, the Lansing Lions, defending 5A state champions against the host, St. James Academy. And what was going right there for Shawnee Mission Northwest? Such a dominant first set.
Yeah, they started off the match serving extremely aggressive, had control of the match, utilizing their middles. I thought that Creason, the senior setter, did a wonderful job of distributing the ball, getting many players involved. And when you establish your middles, it opens everything up. An exceptional job by Martin and Engel, the 2 middles. I thought were getting the ball and they were doing what they wanted with it. Give credit, though, to Blue Valley Northwest, because they did make a late push, perhaps gained a bit of momentum and confidence. They started to pass, serve, and pass a bit better on their side. So I expect a much more competitive second set, because that first set was really a set of runs for both teams.
I was going to ask you about that, because Northwest, they probably were just in too deep of a hole really to come back, even though they had the great run. But that run had to give them, like you said, some confidence in going into the second set.
It's just hard. The first match out, and we knew that Shawnee Mission Northwest was going to boast a lot of seniors, players that have been playing together for 3 of them starting varsity for all 4 years. This is their 4th year together. It's a lot of team chemistry, whereas Blue Valley Northwest certainly has some seniors and veterans, but also some new pieces, players back from injury.
And they looked pretty fired up right now, Northwest coming out. As the Cougars showing some enthusiasm as well, the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars. Again, Shawnee Mission Northwest making their first appearance in the St. James Volleyball Slam, the 13th annual. Features the top volleyball teams in the Kansas City metro area and beyond. We got Washburn Rural out at Topeka, and they have a tremendous team. There's Free State from Lawrence, as we are back to action with Northwest serving. And that's going to be out, and that'll be Cougars off to the 1-0 lead here in the second set.
A great aggressive swing, though, from Allers. Avery Allers on the outside. You're going to take that air if you're Molly Haggerty with that aggressiveness. Just missing it wide on the line attempt.
Tori Creason, who we saw earlier serve, is a strong server, and now back at it for the Cougars. Oh, that's a nice little tap over and in.
So you saw Allers the play before on the outside pin, that time moving her around. So I like the change up of the offensive options there. Moved her in the 2-ball in the middle.
Lena Pearson will be back to serve now for Blue Valley Northwest, tied up 1-1 here in the second set. And Blue Valley Northwest just can't handle that one. 2-1 back the other way. Kate Reese back to serve. Reese, a left-hander. Lainey Douglas finishes off the point.
I think they got her in the net on the follow-through on that tip attempt.
Indeed they did. That's going to go to Shawnee Mission Northwest, so it's 3-1 now. Kate Reese, a pretty strong server. A little left-hander popping it over the net. Douglas with a big wind-up and swing and finish.
Welcome back, Lainey Douglas. Some power. Great touch. You can see how high that contact point.
It's kind of scary coming at you from that angle. The ball's coming in fast. 3-2. It cuts the lead to 1.
This is
Valley
a
Northwest.
strong rotation for Blue Valley Northwest.
Summer Anderson back there to serve, and she was the young lady that was serving when they went on that big run in the first set. See if she can replicate that success here in the second set. Oh, nice block, and that's going to be the point for the Huskies. That's some strong play right there at the net. Gabby Troutner.
And Troutner has been a strong force for the Husky in the middle. Stayed true to her blocking duties.
Well, there's that serve, just hit the net, got over, and then we're going to have, it's going to be a point for Blue Valley Northwest. I'm not sure what the call was there.
I think it was a lift. It was an overpass that Troutner was able to go up and take a good swing.
So for the first time in this match, Blue Valley Northwest has the lead. And now they lead by 2, 5-3. Summer Anderson has been a big key to this. I mean, this is the second time we've seen her serve, and I don't think that's a coincidence that they've gone on runs with her back there. A strong server.
She's varying up her serve, short, deep, with some good velocity as well. And net violation, I think they had Creason try to stay out, but that ball was tailing into the net.
6-3, Blue Valley Northwest. Serving with Summer Anderson. She has been amazing back there. And another point for the Huskies.
You saw in the first set, they were in system. Shawnee Mission Northwest, they're able to utilize middles, now a bit out of system. And the Huskies have all the momentum.
Yeah, with that momentum, Shawnee Mission Northwest wants to talk it over. You're watching the St. James Volleyball Slam, presented by Hy-Vee. We're back with more after this. Well, after dropping the first set in rather decisive fashion against this Shawnee Mission Northwest team, Blue Valley Northwest should really come on strong here in the second set with Summer Anderson again serving. Remember, she led her team on a run in that first set. Wasn't enough to get back in it, but she's got her team up 7-3 right now after the timeout from Shawnee Mission Northwest. And an ace, just like that. 8-3.
I'm moving the ball around. She's serving at every different spot. That time deep into the floor. Dropped right into that back, that deep corner. Beautiful jump serve, and another one, another ace.
She's just beside herself right now, laughing back there, enjoying the moment. Now leading 9-3. She's giddy. Another good serve. This time the Cougars, well, too deep. 10-3, Blue Valley Northwest. Joe, you kind of called this. You said the second set would be completely different, and it has been. We see the replay there and the celebration. Another tough one. Wow. Summer Anderson is a pitcher right now that's on fire.
It's the Summer Anderson show from the service line. I mean, all around. It's not just going back to one spot. I mean, it is in between seams. It is a flat floater with great velocity. That one just went sail. That one.
Kind of wonder if the adrenaline might finally catch up to her a little bit, but wow, what a run from Summer Anderson, the senior. And 11-4, Blue Valley Northwest on top. So Shawnee Mission Northwest Well, they get right back into it with a Vix Villat. Nice serve. Villat, that ball sinking. Pearson with the save. And then the finish, though, for Blue Valley Northwest.
Morgan Sears, a freshman, new to the program, but explosive. And Molly Haggerty is extremely excited about Sears and play a variety of spots.
So Blue Valley Northwest back to serve with somebody different. Amaya Kador. See if they can get on another run, the Huskies. Lainey Douglas with the finish. Nobody there to return that one.
Again, another aggressive serve led to a free ball and then able to take advantage of it. Lainey Douglas starting to catch fire. You can see that's a great ball in the zone where she can go up and split the seam of the block.
Nice setup there by Marley Burbach. And the Huskies. This is just the opposite of what we saw in the first set. Amazing. Molly Haggerty. Wanted her team to be less timid, and they certainly are here in the second set. Kador with the serve again, and Kador now on the dig on the other end. Lainey Douglas knocks it over. And that's going to be a point for Northwest. Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars is Liv Martin, I believe.
The junior in the middle had a lot of success in that first set, trying to get her back involved.
Tori Crease in there with her. Hallie Laurent back to serve. Too deep. 14-7, that cuts the lead. Blue Valley Northwest on top.
Find your perfect U.S. stay on Booking.com. Book a hotel in Austin. Explore vacation homes in Miami. Or find a resort in Las Vegas. Book with free cancellation. Check policies before booking.
There's one of those serves trickling over the net, into the net. And then Lainey Douglas can't finish, and that's going to make it 14-8.
It's interesting, both teams get into a rotation where they have a lot of success. This is the rotation for the Cougars where they had a significant amount of success in that first set.
Douglas, oh, Pearson, nice diving save. And the point for Blue Valley Northwest.
Incredible effort from the libero Pearson on coverage of her attackers. They keep this ball up and alive, and then to see the smart, nifty shot right over the top of the block, find the opening.
Gabby Troutner with that point. 15-8, Blue Valley Northwest. And that ball just trickles off the top of the net and goes the wrong way for Shawnee Mission Northwest. So it's 16-8. Lainey Douglas back there serving for the Huskies. And that's not a error you like to see if you're Molly Haggerty into the net. Go back the other way we go for the Cougars. Liv Martin back to serve. Summer Anderson will return on the serve. Boy, good defense there by Blue Valley Northwest. Even better defense and block by the Cougars of Shawnee Mission Northwest. And that's going to be a point awarded to Blue Valley Northwest, 17-9.
Well, both teams featuring exceptional coverage of their attackers. Both teams getting positive touches of the plane of the net from blocking, but incredible job of keeping that ball alive on their side, of covering their attackers. One of the longer extended rallies we've seen so far.
In Shawnee Mission Northwest won the first set 25-15, but Blue Valley Northwest now up 17-9 here in the second set. Oh, what a save! How did they pull that off? Blue Valley Northwest, the Huskies, now they got some momentum.
I love it. They just kept fighting.
How did that ball not hit the floor as we see the replay? Remy Nuss with the first save, and then out of bounds it goes, and another timeout on the floor as Shawnee Mission Northwest down 18-9. Susan Speck calls the timeout here in the second set.
A wonderful timing of a timeout from Coach Speck. I mean, the Huskies have all that momentum after an energy, effort type of a play. Slow that down. Don't let that carry on. Talk to your team. Great use of a timeout.
And if you believe there is such a thing as momentum, Blue Valley Northwest certainly has it. You know, going back to that run they had in the first set, we talked about it. They had to give them a little confidence, even though they were too far behind to really catch up at the time. But they got it going right now. Molly Haggerty out on the court.
It's those plays like that where you get a hand on it, you just fight your way to see another, extended rally.
And that serve from Blue Valley Northwest. That's not what you want, though. If you got that momentum, to have a serve go too long and slow things down for you. Anisimova, Julia Anisimova, serving for Shawnee Mission Northwest. Instead of Kayla Kador.
Kador's sisters. That's the senior. And Kayla.
19-10, Blue Valley Northwest. On top after that is Marley Burbach, sophomore, back to serve for Blue Valley Northwest. Kador trying to finish, and Shawnee Mission Northwest the answer. Oh, back and forth they go. This is impressive. And then a whistle. And it's going to be a point for Blue Valley Northwest. What was the call there, Jill?
It was a double contact from Creason. And once again, I mean, Blue Valley Northwest is just flying. Bodies flying everywhere. The energy and effort has went up exponentially.
20-10 now, the Huskies. It's amazing. It's a competitive match overall, but the sets.
Yeah, a little lopsided.
Yeah.
It's a game of volleyball, right? I mean, the teams get some momentum. You have a good set. Everything starts clicking and confidence on your side.
Tori Creason now serving for Shawnee Mission Northwest. Avery Allers for Blue Valley Northwest. And this time, the Cougars can't get it over, and back we go the other way. I think Elena Pearson will be serving. Blue Valley Northwest. Officials looking for a towel. Wipe up the floor.
The sweatshirt will do the trick.
Is that what that is? I thought that's what that was.
Look at this.
I wonder if she asked.
I love it.
I wonder if she asked permission. Whoever owns that sweatshirt.
It's probably hers. I gotta love it.
And now the towels are showing up.
The senior says, "I'll take care of this." Let's get going.
All right, 21-11. Elena Pearson with a 10-point lead and serving to Shawnee Mission Northwest. Oh, nice shot there by Eleanor Engel.
Eleanor Engel trying to feed her, and then also Liv Martin check in. Both of those middle blockers, they were hot in that first set, so they can try to get them a bit more involved in this second set. Good things happen for the Cougars when they get involved.
Kate Reese back to serve, the left-hander. She's a pretty effective server herself. Lainey Douglas trying to get a big finish. Cougars with the answer, and that's out, and the points going back to Blue Valley Northwest, 22-12. Looks like we may be headed to a third and deciding set. As look who's back to serve, Summer Anderson. She usually serves these long, so far we've seen her long scoring runs. They just need 3 points here to wrap up this one. Oh, but not this time. That was a big hit from Taylor Standifer. Summer Anderson could not handle that. Yeah, it's Standifer. Look at that. Oh, right between her arms.
Yeah, splits the seam of the block. Good touch, though, by Summer Anderson on the back. Just couldn't control it.
Cougars unable to save it right here near the table on the sideline where we're located. Crashing into the seat.
I appreciate the hustle.
23-13, and ball will roll over the other side to the right side on your screen and that's Blue Valley Northwest serving.
Both these coaches have to be extremely pleased with the amount of effort, the pursuit of the ball, the energy on both sides.
Pearson and Anderson. Here's Laney Douglas, and that's going to be too far. 23-14.
Our asset is embedded. The mission is launched.
Let's go!
If your cover is blown, there is no saving you.
The realities of modern life make it tougher than ever to maintain a healthy diet. AG1 gives you high-quality daily nutrition that helps fill nutrient gaps, empowers your everyday performance. Start now at drinkag1.com.
Probably having a conversation with Laney Douglas. Likes the aggressive, trying to go for the swing.
Holly Laurent back to serve, and she has been kind of the go-to server for this Shawnee Mission Northwest team. That was a good one there. 23-15. And this is the second set. Oh, Douglas into the net. Uh-oh, we lost our antenna. How about that? Tori Creason.
I just appreciate Creason's picking up the floor. She's doing the trying to do the antenna.
No, there's how it came down. We see it. Boom! There it goes. They still haven't got that. Now somebody, bring out a chair. That probably would help. Molly Haggerty out to help as well, holding the net. It's a team effort on both sides. 23-16 again. The Blue Valley Northwest Huskies are leading after dropping the first set, 25-15. We still haven't got this. Looked like it was going to be an easy fix. Now it's turned into a big operation. Once again, this is the third match of 8 matches today here at the St. James Volleyball Slam presented by Hy-Vee.
13 years, right, of the Slam?
13th annual.
Keeps getting bigger.
I wasn't
better.
sure. 2020, I had my memory refreshed. Was there a slam? But it was an abbreviated version
right.
back
It was
there.
a bit more condensed.
But it counts. So
it counts.
13 continuous years.
Yeah, huge.
And it just continues to grow and grow in popularity. I mean, just indicative by the fans that show up for this thing. Early this morning, they started filing in, and the students. So much enthusiasm behind these teams. Volleyball is a big deal in the Kansas City area.
And it's fun because a lot of these players face each other within their club teams when high school is not in session, but then they come and play for their respected high schools, and they get to see different players across the net.
All right, we've got the big wigs in now for this antenna fix. Nancy Dorsey is on the court.
She'll get it figured out. She's the one that spearheaded this whole event 13 years ago. I know, trying to get more televised action for female athletes.
It's been amazing, the success of this event, as we mentioned, and great volleyball.
There's players featured all throughout the day going to high-level Division I universities, D2, play at the collegiate level. And it is definitely a wonderful event.
Yeah, again, the rest of the day, the schedule looks like this after this Shawnee Mission Northwest, Blue Valley Northwest. We have Lee Summit West, Blue Valley West. Liberty will be taking on Olathe Northwest. Then St. Teresa's against Bishop Miege. Washburn Rural, a pretty good team out of Topeka, taking on St. Thomas Aquinas. And then the Lansing Lions, the defending 5A state champions, taking on Nancy Dorsey's St. James Academy teams. So there is the Titans of Lee Summit West waiting in the wings for their matches. This one has been delayed by an issue with the net. The antenna on the net came down, and we're going to get this thing taken care of.
Taylor Mill Welding out there as well, trying to help as much as she can. It seems to be a difficult one to fix right now. This antenna causing all sorts of issues. We're back.
I think we may have made some progress here. Again, after this is my third match call on Spectrum Sports today. Following this, Kevin White will take over the microphone. Then later, the legendary Leif Lysick.
Taking a little break from his golf game, maybe.
Leif's a good golfer. Yeah, I guess he won the championship at Heritage Park last couple weeks. So I don't know if that was the senior division or just. I can say him and I went to college together.
You can say that. That's fair.
His son's a good golfer.
Yeah, he's going to the Baker University to golf. Indeed.
Once again, a delay in the action here as we get this net figured out. Well, didn't it originally look like it was going to be a simple operation? When they now they're tying things. There's Nancy Dorsey. Does it all. TV commentator.
They're teammates together. Her and Molly. They're working together to put the antenna back. I love this, though. The student sections are now, like, we're going to fill the void.
Oh, good old fashioned. We got spirit cheering. All right. Now, if I can remember what's going on here. Oh, yes. Shawnee Mission Northwest is serving as the antenna is back on the net.
Great call out, though, from Elena Pearson saying, hey, can we just get a rotation check, make sure that we're in the right position?
Laurent with the serve, and Blue Valley Northwest.
Oh, Gabby Troutner, the senior, she's been so solid in the middle for the Huskies. And then right after that attempt, that kill, she goes to her setter and she's like, that's a great set. I'd love to see that from.
If I remember correctly from last year, she's just solid. One of those players that you just count on. 24-16, it's set match for Blue Valley Northwest. That's just kind of a miss hit here right in front of us. So Shawnee Mission Northwest will be back to serve, down 24-17. Still set match for Blue Valley Northwest. It's Liv Martin serving. Oh, that's a nice throw, a sinker. Summer Anderson could not handle it. That was just a tough, really impossible serve to return. 24-18. And Liv Martin, she's a junior. Another tough serve. And Northwest, Blue Valley Northwest, unable to return it. And still set point. Fourth time in a row for set point. Shawnee Mission Northwest continue. Aller, and that's going to do it. Avery Allers finishes off for the Blue Valley Northwest Huskies as they win the second set, 25-19, and we are headed to a third and deciding set here at the St. James Volleyball Slam, presented by Hy-Vee.
For millennia, this rain has made the same extraordinary journey. From the clouds above Fiji to a sustainable artesian aquifer deep within the earth. It's not just water, it's Fiji water.
At the St. James Volleyball Slam, presented by Hy-Vee, we're headed to a third and deciding set between Shawnee Mission Northwest and Blue Valley Northwest. And Shawnee Mission Northwest won that first set 25-15. Blue Valley Northwest just came back and won 25-19. Coming up after this, fourth match of the day will be halfway done. Lee Summit West against Blue Valley West. That's coming up at 12:30 from St. James Academy.
We're the Battle of the Northwest right now, and then upcoming, we're the Battle of the West. It's always
that
fun.
by design, put those directions, same directions, and confuse the play-by-play guy.
It's always fun, though, when you have a battle, too, across the state line. Missouri taking on a Kansas school.
How does the volleyball compare between states?
They're both very, very high level. I mean, some of these players play on the same club team, but they're across the state line. So it's very competitive. The Kansas City Metro, exceptional, though, for girls volleyball, indeed. Many top-level players coming out of this area.
Okay, they split the first two sets, and both teams kind of won in decisive fashion. What do we expect in the third set? Do we have a little more competitive, maybe, nature?
If I had to call it, right, I said I thought that Blue Valley Northwest was going to come back and settle in, and indeed they did in that second set. So I think anything goes here. Whoever's going to establish themselves early with serve and pass is going to come out victorious. It sounds simple, right? In game of volleyball, you got to serve and pass, but that's what we saw. That Shawnee Mission Northwest handled that very well in that first set, and then Blue Valley Northwest handled the serve pass game much better in that second set, and led to that victory. So anything goes here in set number 3.
It's the deciding set. Second straight match we've gone the 3 sets, gone the distance. In the last one, Blue Valley North outlasted Free State in 3 sets. As we are off, this is it. The final set. Pearson, the dig. And the finish over there on the far side. And that is Marley Burbach, I believe. Where's that? Morgan Sears.
Morgan Sears, the freshman.
Sears, number 5, yes.
And she has had a lot of success going down that line, but so difficult as a freshman coming into this big stage. First match of your high school career, but she has done very well.
Burbach with the serve, and now the ball hit the net, and then the Huskies. That's going to be a point for the Northwest Cougars, and it's 1-1. Taylor Standiford back in for Shawnee Mission Northwest. Tori Creason back to serve. Creason, a pretty successful server for this team. Oh, that's a tough shot. Avery Allers crushing it.
Allers, one of those players that have been in the program for 4 years. Leading the way, the senior All-EKL League second team last year.
Elena Pearson serving. Oh, nice block there by Lainey Douglas for Blue Valley Northwest. Douglas. Oh, Susan Speck is arguing. There was a violation there by Douglas to no avail. Let's see it again.
that was in the follow through of Douglas.
Here's a serve into the net, so it's going to go back to Shawnee Mission Northwest, and they seem a little bit fired up about that with their coach showing some emotion. 3-2. Kate Reese. Oh, Douglas right in her own bench with the save. And how about that, though, the finish from Shawnee Mission Northwest, Liv Martin. 3-3.
Liv Martin primarily played right side last year, but moved into the middle this season.
And Kate Reese, the left-handed server, and another strong finish by Blue Valley Northwest. I was going to ask you, facing a left-handed server, if that's any different at all.
You just got to set up and take that angle a little bit differently with body positioning and service reception. Not extremely difficult. I'd say more so from a left-handed attacker, but on the serve, you have a little bit more time and space to work with that.
Yeah, there's Summer Anderson, and we've seen what she can do when she has served with this Blue Valley Northwest team. As Northwest Cougar players run into each other, but they still were able to keep this thing alive, but not this time, as point's going to go to Blue Valley Northwest as Summer Anderson, the scoring machine, when she is serving. Yeah, there's the two players, as Tori Creason and Lily Weber running into each other for Shawnee Mission Northwest. 5-3, Blue Valley Northwest on top, and now 6-3, and that is 2 consecutive points with Summer Anderson back there serving.
That's Gabby Troutner once again, the senior, so smart, sees the floor.
The touch. Anderson, that strong serve. Oh, and the block. Out. Troutner again. Gabby Troutner. And we're going to have a timeout. Shawnee Mission Northwest wants to talk it over as Blue Valley Northwest leads 7-3 in this third and deciding set. There's Gabby Troutner.
Yeah,
She's
Coach,
just an outstanding player.
Coach Haggerty says that she loves the team aspect of volleyball more than anyone, and you could see like just the fire, the energy, back-to-back strong plays for her Huskies.
Remember, on Spectrum Sports, it's not all just volleyball. We also got football starting last night over on the Missouri side, and this coming Friday night, the Hy-Vee game of the week will be Blue Valley Northwest against St. James Academy. The high school football season will be kicking off on the Kansas side of the state line this Friday night. Missouri started last night. Summer Anderson back there to serve for Blue Valley Northwest. What a spark plug she has been for this team. And yet another point for Blue Valley Northwest. Honestly, didn't see that. That was out or in, but it was out. So Summer Anderson continues this run. Oh, Troutner just dominant in the middle right now.
And Troutman, look at her, she's locked in, quick off the ground, a quick snap of the wrist.
Again, a 3-set match, but every set has been kind of a dominant victory for the winning team. And we're not to that stage yet, but Shawnee Mission Northwest has managed to get the serve back and stop Summer Anderson finally. 9-4. Blue Valley Northwest on top. Well, Molly Haggerty's team, she's just really got to love the way their team has responded. Because quite honestly, that first set, they really struggled, except for that one run they had. And we talked about that, giving them some confidence perhaps, but really bounce back. Anytime you lose the first set and you come, force the third set, you got to be happy. There's a big hit and a big finish. Taylor Standifer, number 7 for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Your favorite moments shouldn't be trapped here or here.
Still time though to work with. This is a strong attack. Had angle, went right after it. Still a lot of set to work with here, and this is a good rotation for the Cougars.
Hallie Larvin back there to serve, and she's been successful, and just like that, I jinx her as she hits it into the net. So it's 11-5 now. There's Susan Speck trying to get her team back in rhythm a little bit here against Blue Valley Northwest. Lainey Douglas serving for the Huskies. Wow. Summer Anderson making an effort trying to save that, but not there. Eleven to 6. Liv Martin now back to serve, Shawnee Mission Northwest. Good defense there by the Cougars. Pearson pops it over the net. Oh, Tori Creason just kind of tossed it over the net.
Tori Creason, the rally goes on. A nifty little tip. Hard to get the ball down in front of Pearson. She's got great range.
Well, that cuts the Blue Valley Northwest lead to 4, 11-7. So Liv Martin back there to serve. And that one way too much on it.
Both teams trying to utilize their middles. They want to go back there and serve aggressive to try to limit the options of their opponent. You're going to see some of those missed serves. You're going to see some of those balls that are just going to float out because they're serving a floater serve.
It's Remy Nuss now serving for Blue Valley Northwest. And that's a nice shot there by Julia Anisimova.
The freshman.
Aggressive.
Both teams boasting a freshman playing in their first year on varsity.
Cuts the lead to 4, 12-8 here in this third and deciding set. Sometimes maybe the adrenaline, we talked about this earlier, just gets going in certain parts of a match. And
you go and serve at practice and there's not a lot of, there's not a lot of noise in the gym and you don't have that adrenaline kicking quite the same.
Wow. Cougars somehow keeping that one alive, and now we got a whistle, and it's going to be a point for Blue Valley Northwest. As Tori Creason, I think, passed the net there for Shawnee Mission Northwest. So 14-8. Oh, nice. Now that point's going to go to Shawnee Mission Northwest. Back and forth we go. It's been a long match. There'll be a net issue, and now 3 sets. And how about an ace? Tori Creason putting it in the crease. Shawnee Mission Northwest a couple times now have gotten within 4, and here they are again, 14-10. Can they get a little closer? Nope. That's a big shot right there from Blue Valley Northwest.
That's Allers coming around in the middle. That has been successful. Got a high contact point.
Boy, just
great look at that shot.
Yeah, winding up that arm behind her up in the air. Pearson serving. Oh, Eleanor Engel.
Well, Ingles showing the power and the heat.
Back to a 4-point advantage, or cutting that lead to 4 for Shawnee Mission Northwest. Fifth down, 15-11. It's Kate Reese, strong server. Lainey Douglas. And that's going to go to Blue Valley Northwest.
Starting to see much cleaner volleyball, though, in this third set. Both teams passing better, serving aggressive. You're going to see some of those serving errors, right? Like we talked about with some of the adrenaline, but you're seeing cleaner contacts on service reception.
Well, Summer Anderson back there. Oh, she got it. Nancy Dorsey special is good. 17-11.
Kudos to her in this match. She has been phenomenal on the back line serving.
Yeah.
Just misses that one.
We're just getting a little tired.
Find your perfect US stay on Booking.com. Book a hotel in Austin. Explore vacation homes in Miami. Or find a resort in Las Vegas. Book with free cancellation. Check policies before booking.
AG1 is so much more than a greens powder. In one single scoop, it delivers daily multivitamins, pre- and probiotics, stress adaptogens, and yes, greens. It's AG1. Get yours today.
Serve so much. 17-12. Blue Valley Northwest continuing to hold on to a 4- or 5-point advantage in this third and deciding set. That one's way too deep, and that will be a point for Shawnee Mission Northwest. Again, cutting the lead to 4. They have yet to get across that barrier, though, within 4. And the serve. That goes out, and back to a 5-point lead for Blue Valley Northwest, 18-13. And after this match, it will be Blue Valley West against Lee Summit West. Reese setting it up. Standiford. Oh, how about how about Pearson there for sale? Elena Pearson. I always called her JC, but then the Cougars come right back.
The block party. Woo.
Taylor Standiford. And the big celebration. So back to a 4-point advantage for Blue Valley Northwest, with Shawnee Mission Northwest serving down 18-14. And now they get within 3.
Yeah, still time here. Little by little, chipping away at this deficit.
The best server back there as well, Hallie Lawrence.
And one of the questions for the Cougars with how are they going to fill the hole of losing their libero, starting DS to graduation last year. And I thought they've done a good job in this match coming in, and Laurent, one of those players.
Oh, the Huskies keeping it alive and everybody going to the floor, but no, they didn't. And it will be a 2-point lead now for Blue Valley Northwest. The Cougars making a run. And Douglas, her shot blocked right back at her. It's 18-17, and it is a 1-point game here in the third set. Susan Speck, big smile on her face as it is a timeout. Timeout, Blue Valley Northwest. Let's check that one out again. Douglas, and how about that front wall there, Tori Creason and Liv Martin with the block. Liv Martin.
That didn't allow any
Number
seam
3.
in between. They try to move that zone for Douglas on that 3-ball to try to get the seam of the block, but nice job in unison and not allowing a seam, and the energy, the momentum on the side of Shawnee Mission Northwest, showing that they have the veteran players to rely on. Didn't panic when they were down big in this third set. Slowly but surely getting into this third set, just 1 point down.
Shawnee Mission Northwest again making their first appearance in the St. James Slam, and a memorable trip so far. And they have just tied it up in this third and deciding set. 18-18 is Julia Anisimova, the freshman.
Oh, it's so smart.
She doesn't play like a freshman.
Comfortable out there, 6 rotation player.
In Allie Lawrence, best server on the team, continuing to be effective. Look at that. They call that in. Oh my. 19-18. Let's look at this again. Woo. They hit the line. What do you think?
She was right in front of it.
19-18. And another block, another point. And I tell you what, the Northwest Cougars got the momentum definitely now as they have taken the lead here in this third set. Molly Haggerty wants to call another timeout. Blue Valley Northwest. And the Shawnee Mission Northwest fans across the way are on their feet. This is getting loud. Got to give it up to Shawnee Mission Northwest. Really, that second set, it was a decisive win for Blue Valley Northwest. The Huskers looked like they were in control most of the way in this third set, leading by 4 or 5 points. Shawnee Mission Northwest had a hard time getting past that 4-point barrier. Now they lead by 2.
We saw lopsided victories, right, for both teams winning a set.
Never
this one
that.
Much tighter.
Yeah, and I got a feeling it's going to end up finish that way, but we shall see. Huskies, they needed that coming out of that timeout, stop the bleeding a little bit. And now it's back to a 1-point lead for Shawnee Mission Northwest, 20-19. Lainey Douglas serving. And 2 deep. Oh my. That is a tough break. Liv Martin now serving for Shawnee Mission Northwest. They lead 21-19. Oh! Northwest with the point. Got Avery Allers right there at the net.
I like that set attempt, though, to angle on that slide.
Remy Nuss will serve for Northwest. They're down by 1. Good serve. We're tied up 21 all.
Here it is.
It is going to come down to.
Get on the green! No! To odds even challenge with Steph Curry. Let's go. Oh, it might though. It might.
Wire.
A back and forth. The teams lopsided victories in the first 2 sets. Of this one, we're getting everything we wanted,
yeah,
right?
That was just preliminary stuff. This is the real deal. Nuss. A little trap. Yes, it's good. Eleanor Engel. Great shot, 22-21. Shawnee Mission Northwest on top. Julia Anisimova, the freshman, back to serve. Now, last time she served, she got one into the net, maybe unforced error, but this time she's successful. Oh, what a save. Blue Valley Northwest keeping it alive. Not this time, though. As Eleanor Engel. She showed the touch the last time. This time she shows the power.
senior coming around on the slide. So powerful, but a great pickup, great energy, defensive players all over the place. And then this free ball, well, they utilized it. They took advantage right through the seam of the block on the slide attempt.
23-21, Shawnee Mission Northwest trying to finish this match. Oh, but Blue Valley Northwest not going away. The Huskies within one, 23-22.
The aggressiveness from Cador, amazing to keep track of that ball. Thought that ball might have been down on the side of the Cougars. Tremendous effort to keep that alive, but even better awareness from Cador to say, okay, that ball's over, and went and attacked it on one.
Good serve, and now Northwest. We're going to match point. Shawnee Mission Northwest at 24-22, and I was looking around the gym here. We've got a full house. As this is an exciting finish between these two Northwest schools. Cougars of Shawnee Mission Northwest trying to finish it out right here. But no! Northwest with another point.
Morgan Sears, the freshman, coming through. Match on the line. That has got to build that confidence. She has been outstanding.
It is still match point for Shawnee Mission Northwest. So Lena Pearson will be serving. For Blue Valley Northwest. Good serve.
What a serve from Pearson.
Huskies. Every shot now is very important. And that's going to tie it up. How about this? And for match point, now it's tied up 24 all.
Let's go extras. And this one, you see, just tags the antenna. That ball is out.
Next, J.C. Pearson.
I'm always trying to find an edge, always trying to get better for the next game. UFOS is one of those things.
Watching his daughter serve right now.
And she's going to get a great serve from Pearson.
Now it is match point for Blue Valley Northwest. And a timeout. Oh, man. This is amazing again after two lopsided sets.
Yeah, not tight at all. I mean, both teams dominant in both of the first two sets, and this one we're getting everything we wanted. Back and forth.
I gotta tell you, you get nervous watching these. I mean, you can't afford any mistakes here. And
I will say it's much easier playing. When you're watching it, it is. Your teams are like, you get nervous for either side. That's what you love though about watching volleyball. But the back and forth, the athleticism on display.
Molly Haggerty, she really has to be happy the way her team has come back at losing that first set. Won the second set in fairly dominant fashion, and now trying to hold on and come back from behind to win it. Match point, leading 25-24, and that's it. Blue Valley Northwest has won this match, 26-24. Oh man.
What a finish.
Coming from behind late, Blue Valley Northwest over Shawnee Mission Northwest. What a match. What a final third set it was.
I think we're going to see both of these teams have a lot of success. Certainly, Shawnee Mission Northwest has the veteran players. They're going to have a ton of success trying to look to go back to state for the fourth year in a row. But the energy and the effort that Blue Valley Northwest showed was really, really fun. That was a fun match. Both those teams, I think, are going to have successful seasons.
It's funny, Molly Haggerty talking about she wanted her team to be less timid.
Yeah.
They got that. They found something today, the very first
did.
match of the year. So that is going to do it for this, the third match of the day here at the St. James Volleyball Slam, presented by Hy-Vee. Now coming up next, a little bit later here, as they try to stay on schedule, it's going to be Blue Valley West versus Lee Summit West. That's going to do it for me, Leon Liebel. I've enjoyed my time broadcasting here at the St. James Volleyball Slam, along with Nancy Dorsey, Jill Dorsey Hall. Thank you so very much. That was exciting stuff. As Blue Valley Northwest over Shawnee Mission Northwest. Again, we have more volleyball coming your way from Lenexa as you're watching the St. James Volleyball Slam, presented by Hy-Vee.